Three, two, one.
You can't say 2 or 1.
Oh my god, I didn't even do the intro. Are you for real? No. Give me the intro, motherfucker. Hi everybody. We're here.
It's playing.
Yeah, it's playing now. But it was supposed to play when you know what? Whatever, man. It's not the machine room unless shit fucks up and shit fucked up. So we got that going on for us. Anyways, hello everybody. Welcome to the Machine Room Podcast. I'm your host, Nostradamus, and as well along with me is the great Hammer of Venus.
Plus West, y'all.
And that's when she should get what the fuck is it at, man? With you I should always have fuck, I can't find it. I'm the worst.
You should give me Andrew Dice Clay's entry song.
Oh, I was gonna give you the
Excellent.
Yeah,
I was gonna give you that because you be jamming on the axe.
I did last night until 4 in the morning. It was awesome.
Oh shit, word. That's what I'm talking about. Always be jamming. Like if I knew how to play guitar, I will always be playing guitar.
It's fun. It leaves you with a bunch of songs stuck in your head, and you're always wondering how to make them better. For people that don't know, I'm part of a 90s grunge rock band,
That's what I'm
and
talking about.
we haven't practiced yet. I mean, it's the band that I played with before, and we had that whole discussion about forgiving them and all that. So I'm giving them another shot, and they gave me a set list of 20 songs to learn. We got rid of one song and replaced it with another one. So yeah, it takes me about an hour to play through 20 songs.
So are you legally blind to not release the set, or
Oh no, I can definitely. I have it on my Spotify for people that follow me on Spotify, and I can post it on our Instagram, or not Instagram because that doesn't work. Our Twitter.
Yeah.
We broke our Instagram, but yeah, I can totally paste it on there so that way people can see the songs that we have so far, and I've got some ideas for more. Like we have to have a Nirvana song at some point.
Of course.
Pearl Jam, maybe an Alice in Chains, stuff like that aren't
Oh,
on the
but can your
playlist yet.
singer pull the voice off
For
like Pearl Jam and shit?
He can do Pearl Jam. I don't think he could do Chris Connolly. What was his name?
I think I know. I think I know. I can't remember either. There you go. Take a swig. There you go. There you go. Did it come to you now?
I can't think of his name now. Chris
Did it
something.
come to you? Did that nicotine kick in the brain juices?
I did earlier. I went to Domino's. I was waiting on my pizza and had a cigarette, and I got like a super high from the nicotine. So I was just like sitting in my car, like floating.
Chris Connolly? No?
Chris O'Connell?
Chris Cornell?
Chris Cornell, that's it.
There you go.
I don't think my singer could do Chris Cornell because he can hit some really high notes. Like last time I was playing with them, we had an Offspring song that we learned, and then he said he couldn't do it because he couldn't hit those high notes like Offspring.
Oh, are you doing all I want?
No.
You gotta do the Crazy Taxi. All the millennials will go crazy once you go. Yeah. Everybody starts fucking mosh pitting and shit, and then the taxi come out of nowhere. They're like, right here.
That's what we need is like some more identifiable 90s grunge songs like that.
That's what I'm talking about, boy. I got that shit in my head. I was just saying because if your boys can't do a fucking Pearl Jam, I'm here.
He's ready to go.
I'm here. I'm ready to do some like Jeremy. That was Pearl Jam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Jeremy
Clash to dirt.
That's how it goes.
That's the shit right there. Daddy, did he It's funny because all those songs were about topics that I couldn't really relate, but I felt it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's
A
how
lot of them
that's
were about drugs and women and
and that's the kind of life you want to live, drugs and women.
exactly. I just sent you the set list so that way you can look at it.
I saw it right there. So I'm ready. I'm ready. And I wanna be the I wanna be the opening act for your show. Do my own stand up. I'm gonna get booed right off the
Yes.
bat. Be like,
It's
who's
fun.
here to what's your band called?
Underground Zero.
Underground Zero. Ooh,
Nope, Ground Zero.
you got t-shirts.
Probably. I have to see if we have any of that stuff yet. We're supposed to play next Sunday. So I'll see how it goes. We're supposed to play this Sunday. Actually, we've been trying to play for like the past 2 months, and it just keeps getting pushed back and pushed back. And we replaced drummers already, and we haven't even had rehearsal yet.
Damn.
Apparently, everybody kept getting COVID, so we kept having to push the rehearsal back. And then we were like, okay, let's play this Sunday. Like, well, now so and so has COVID. It's like, well, fuck.
There you go. This is all the information we're gonna put in the Wikipedia of your band.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad that you actually gave him a chance. It seems like things are good. You got a set. Things are moving along, and
Hmm.
yeah. If you should like totally at least get them to like clip a little bit of what you guys do. You
I want to take my laptop and stream
know.
our
Ooh,
rehearsal. I think that would be
that's what
fun.
that's what I'm talking about. That's what you got to do in this era. This band, and they popped up on my TikTok, right? And they're real cool. And they got like their whole, I guess their living room. I guess they all live together or just one person's place, but they got it all set up, right? So it's all lights and fixtures and everything, even wacky waving inflatable too, man. So
Yes.
they basically just do a concert right there on TikTok. They first started off um
TikTok or Twitch?
TikTok. They first started off, I guess, like chat roulette kind of shit, you know,
Hmm.
where you just go, and then when people go like, "Hey," and they're like, "Hey, check it out. You want to hear a song?" They're like, "Yeah," and then they start playing for them right there live, and then people are like,
Oh, wow.
"Whoa!" And it was like really, really good. I'm like, "Damn, that's dope." And then recently, while I was at work, I got on TikTok, and there's people live stream on there, and I saw them, and they were just live streaming a concert. Like pretty much, they were just playing their songs, and they were playing covers of other songs, and they're interacting with the chat. And I'm like, this is dope. This is cool shit. And that's what I kind of see for like if you want to stream it, that's perfect. Stream your live performance, and that's how you get yourself out there and blah blah blah. I know you're not trying to do it to get like anywhere, but it's still cool because it gets you a little bit more out there and a little bit more. You want to be seen, you want to be heard. No, yeah,
Exactly. Whatever kind of exposure we can get.
yeah. And I think about how much I think about all of this, right? And how I would have just benefited from this back then. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like
Oh,
if I
for
was a
sure.
yeah, like if I was a teenager and it was that time period when I was a teenager, it was like, oh, I want to make films, and my brother gave me a camera, I would have been like all up on this shit. Granted, I was there in the beginning, and it was good. I didn't progress with the times as well, but just think about it. If it was more out there like it is right now, and so much more choices, and the technology was so higher, I would have gone crazy doing fucking shorts at that
Oh,
time
yeah.
period when I was more free to do it,
Yeah.
and young. Oh, I scratched myself. I think I'm bleeding. I think
Good
I'm
job.
dying. Oh no.
You can't swim.
I can't swim. But yeah, definitely that'll be great, man. And do that, and then save it there so people could watch a video on demand, whatever. Hell, I'll
Exactly.
even like repeat it and broadcast it. It'd be cool shit.
Yeah, or maybe on Facebook I think would be easier.
Facebook as well, yeah. A lot of people. This all like I said, there's all these fucking outlets, man. There's Facebook, TikTok, even I think Twitter has fucking live stream too now, and Instagram
Hmm.
has live stream. Everything has live stream.
You can do it on YouTube as well, and it'll save it.
YouTube, yeah, you won't get attacked because you're doing covers, so I think you'll be fine.
Yeah,
You'll be
unless we
fine.
fuck it up.
I'm still like YouTube streaming. YouTube still scares me. Hold on a minute. I had like a Donald Trump moment where I put my hands together like this. Streaming YouTube still kind of scares me. You know, still scares me. I just have bad. I just have bad time from it.
Like how?
Well, the last time I streamed and I didn't stream. I know I can't stream like my movies, movies and stuff like that and whatever. And music as well is freaking picky. But I streamed this video and it was just this actor who worked with Steven Seagal, and he was talking about his experience working with Steven Seagal on the movie The Glimmer Man. And just that, it was from YouTube. The video was from YouTube, and it was just the documentary of it. It was just this clip, and from that, they cut me off.
Wow,
I was just streaming a video from YouTube, and they cut me off.
that's bullshit.
It's me freaking commentating about it. It's just it is bullshit, and that's why I get all iffy. So if it's something to hang out, like say I got me and the guys and we're just hanging out, then yeah, I'll do YouTube. And YouTube is a great outlet too, man. Like every time I go on there, people really get involved and they really like do things with you.
Hmm.
And the donations are like crazy, but those donations, you only get it if you reach a certain amount and blah blah. So, but
That's dumb.
yeah, but it's still like it's exposure like crazy, and I would like to use it. The only thing is that if I use it, I have to for sure be very, very careful. Music, image, whatever. It's gotta just be in real life kind of shit and gaming. That's it.
That's fun.
So but I'm sure you'll be fine because covers and stuff like that, that'll be fine.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah. Like, what are the I never understand. I always wonder like what are the rules when it comes to covers? Like is this just like free game? Because you see these bands doing covers of popular songs and then they put it out there like on Spotify and iTunes and stuff like that, and it's like so they're fine doing other people's songs as long as it's a cover or their own version, or do they need to get some rights to be able to do these?
I'm not sure. Like, I don't think I've seen people doing covers get a lot of issues because I see people do covers a lot here on Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
and they never get like flagged or anything that I know of. But like,
Mm-mm.
if you play the actual song, then you get flagged.
Yeah. Yeah, I think covers is like free game. I guess it'll be like if I do a movie but I sweet it, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's my cover of a movie. That's actually a
Sweeted.
smart idea. Sweet it was cool. Remember when that was a thing almost for a
Yes.
while?
It was a thing for a while. It was just
Yeah.
you never hear about it anymore.
No, there's people here and there who do it. Be Kind, We Wine. That was a great movie.
Yes.
These these new kids don't know anything about that. We winding? No, you know what? That should be a thing though, because if you share an account and someone watches something, we wind it. All right, they could go back to the beginning because I hate to go on there and next thing I'm in the middle of a movie. It's like I wasn't here. What is this?
Exactly.
Speaking of that, like before this show, I was watching the Turtle movie.
I saw that when you posted about it.
Yeah, just going like fucking crazy. I had this urge. I don't even know what started the urge. I think it was like some cartoon where they like joked about turtles or something, but there was this urge and I was just like I want to see this movie again. I want to see it off of this fucking projector.
The the first one?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah. It's the
I really
best
want
one.
I really wanted to see it like really really bad. Like I had this really big urge of watching it. And I tried to last night, couldn't, and I'm doing it right now. I did a little bit. I still got like maybe like 30 or 40 minutes left or something. And
Are they at the farm yet?
they got out the farm. Now they're at the point where Splinter just told Danny the story of him and Oroku Saki.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at the movie. And it's just like from the get-go, there's something I don't know if we spoke about this or mentioned this before, but there's something about like watching movies now that is way more, it's much better and more appreciated, than before.
How so?
I don't know, like I will watch something that I will watch a movie that was one of my favorites growing up, or just a movie I've seen like way back then, whatever, and I haven't seen in a long time, and I watch it now at this age with, I don't know, it's almost like watching it with new eyes, like it's
Oh,
it's
it is.
it's not so new because you know everything that's happening, but you appreciate it more and you notice it more and you just see it differently.
Mhm.
And I've been saying this for a lot of movies, like when I watched like The Mask over the years, it was just a better appreciation when I watch other things like, say, The Monster Squad or Back to the Future. Um my girl was watching like Freaky Friday one day and I watched that and I was like, didn't notice just how funny it was. And then watching the Turtles, and the turtle, just from the get go, I just, something I didn't notice. When you're a kid, you don't notice. You're like, oh shit, Ninja Turtles, this is cool, blah blah, and it's funny, whatever. But now watching it with these eyes, and you're just like, wow, this looks beautiful. It's shot
Mhm.
beautiful. It has great pacing. It has great editing. It has great sound. It has great dialogue, great humor,
Mhm.
and there's this special feeling and look about old grainy movies,
Mhm.
like that film,
Yes.
and not to knock out anything that's done now and digitally and blah blah, because that's still great, but to watch an old movie that's made in film and look like that, and this movie was independent, you just feel it more. And then I noticed stuff like Golden Harvest, so that means this movie was connected to the um Asian production, So then you're like, oh, then that's why this is so much better and stuff. It's a combination of Hollywood and Hong Kong, and this it's just shots are so freaking good. I don't know, man. It's just, and then it's the nostalgia feel, when Casey Jones jumps in and you're like,
Oh,
oh
I
man, that's
love
King.
him.
Yeah, that's like that's fucking Casey Jones, and that little dialogue between them and this and the little stupid funny music in the background for doing the humor. It just, I I challenge people to watch Ninja Turtles again. If you haven't watched it in a long ass time, I challenge you to watch it again and see if you see it with new eyes and more appreciation or
Mhm.
whatever stuff like that. Because I guarantee it, you will. I'm at the era of just like watching all these things. Like I want to watch Speed,
Yes.
you know, and really, really, really feel it.
I've been watching Kevin Smith movies lately, and they make so much more sense now as an adult. I mean, they were funny as a kid because of like the crude humor,
Mm-hmm.
but it's that same kind of not just nostalgia, but also looking at it with new eyes and appreciating how he films things, even especially with like his latest movies. Like I watched Tusk and stuff like that, and just the way that they're shot and the cinematography and the music that they pick and everything like that. You appreciate it a lot more.
Tell me, tell me your opinion on Tusk. I was forced to watch that movie last year around Halloween, right? It
Mhm.
won in some poll right here. My girl was all behind. Let's watch Tusk. Danny wouldn't shut up about Tusk. So I watched Tusk, right? Look, here's my opinion about Tusk. Dialogue is great, you know?
Mhm.
It's Kevin Smith, he has great dialogue. The acting by um that old man, I forgot his name, rest in peace. He,
Parts.
yeah, that guy is legit. Ever since I was introduced to him through Kill Bill, so ever since
Hmm.
that, I loved him in that, and then the Grindhouse movie Planet Terror, and so forth and so forth.
I
He
got
did.
introduced to him on From Dusk Till Dawn.
He was in Dust Till Dawn.
Yeah, he was the sheriff at the beginning.
No,
Yep,
you for real?
yep,
Huh? The same sheriff, so it's the same universe. That
yeah,
universe of Quentin Tarantino is all fucking crazy. They got vampires and assassins and
exactly.
fucking glowing suitcases. So yeah, the dialogue, everything is great, blah blah blah. Now, my beef with that movie is one, it's fucked up, right?
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
It's super fucked up. Two, the ending, like, it's fucked up. Like, it's fucked up. That's my beef with the movie. It's fucked up.
It's fucked up. Like, it's fucked up that somebody thought of that. It's fucked up because if it really happened, just what a horror show it would be. Like, if that happened to you would just be completely miserable for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the look. It's no secret here what happens in Tusk. The man gets turned into like a fucking walrus,
Walrus.
and the story was created through his podcast. They
Hmm.
joked about it, and then the people were like, "You should make it into a movie." And he was like, "Well, fuck it, let's make it into a movie." And they campaigned for it, and it happened. So it came out of a podcast. That's why the character is a podcaster. Is all part of
Hmm.
the shit. He, I know that was gonna happen. Everybody knows what's gonna happen. What was fucked up is like you said, like it happens to you, and then you have to live with that. Come on, that's a little bit fucked up, man. Like
Well, I
there.
just like I watched it and I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like I just kept thinking about how fucking awful it was that somebody could do that to a person. And it wasn't his first attempt. They said he'd done it to like 24 different people or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And or some of them he just skinned them so that he could make the suits. And just the fact that they leave him like that instead of trying to cut him free,
That
that was so fucked up.
that bugged me. Look, the guy was an asshole. Yeah, sure. Did he deserve to fucking live his entire life like that in a zoo or some shit? No. And then
No.
she just like lets him there and then gets with his best friend. It's like,
They left him like that for a year, and he was granted he couldn't talk, but still, like, you don't leave somebody like that. Like how it was more fucked up what his girlfriend and best friend did
yeah,
to leave him like that. They could have cut him free.
could have fucking ended his misery. That's my beef with that shit. It's like, but I understand. It was a movie with a fucked up ending. I mean, Rest Day had a fucked up ending too.
Yeah.
Rest Day had a fucked up ending. But the one movie that I want to see of Kevin Smith that I haven't seen in fucking years since I was a kid and probably shouldn't have seen it is Chasing Amy. I can't find this movie anywhere.
No, and I have it downloaded. I have Clerks, Chasing Amy, and Dogma on my computer. So
That
the
too.
only one that I had to look for was Mallrats, and I watched it like on Showtime or something like that.
I also can't find Dogma anywhere.
Yeah,
I
Dogma
want to
was on
watch
this list
Dogma
of
again.
movies that was like it was an article about like the most wanted to watch movies that you can't find anywhere was Dogma.
That's not fair. Why? I believe it was like some legal shit. I think he said.
But still, it's one of his best movies.
It says Kevin Smith has stated that Dogma can't be streamed because it's owned by the Weinsteins, and the distribution deal predates streaming existence.
That's fucked.
Okay, but there's still like one Weinstein out there, right?
Yeah.
It's such a good. It's like I probably have to freaking really search for that movie on DVD,
Yeah.
or can you even get it like on? Do they even sell it
Let's look.
on Blu-ray? Let's see, Dogma DVD is a whole lot. DVD, 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 DVD. It doesn't exist in fucking. Doesn't exist on Blu-ray, and it's so expensive too. It's not right. No movie should be like this, man. Come
They
on,
don't even have it on Google Movies. It just says add to wish list.
son of a bitch, man. That's not
But
right.
you can buy Chasing Amy though.
But I thought Chasing Amy was also another movie that was highly like controversial because of the whole freaking theme about it or whatever.
That movie has a fucked up ending too. Like he can't handle his girlfriend's past, so he wants to have a threesome. It was like, yeah, you totally ruined two different relationships with that.
Yeah, because he was in love with her, and his best friend was in love with him.
Yeah. But they kind of allude that he comes out as gay finally. Banky does, because in Jane Silent Bob Strikes Back, he's at the ending and
Yeah.
he's with that Hooper ex guy. And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear you complaining last night. And then the Jane Silent Bob reboot, they also explained that Holden McNeil and what's his girlfriend's name? Alyssa Jones, they have a co-parent relationship where they're not together. She's still with this woman from the end of Chasing Amy, but they have a
Yeah.
kid together. So I thought that was cool that you kind of get some of their past.
The funniest moment to me in that Jay said about reboot was at the end when he's there at the convention and he's all like, something, something, but big ass gun now, and he hands on the gun and he tries to do it. It's the point. What the fuck? That shit had me dying.
I didn't laugh once during that movie.
You didn't laugh once?
I didn't. I didn't think any of it was funny. I thought
That
it was
one,
pretty boring.
that one cracked me the fuck up. I'm letting you know. That part cracked me the fuck up.
It was just a bunch of references and shit. It's like, okay.
It is not as for Jesus Christ. It's not as good as the first one. Yes, I guarantee.
No.
Yeah, the first one I watched like constantly, like crazy.
But like Clerks 2, I love that movie. I can watch it all the time.
So excited for Clerks 3?
Yes, I'm super stoked for Clerks 3.
That's what I'm talking about. It's gonna be a good one.
I wonder if they're gonna bring back movies.
They're gonna what?
I wonder if they're gonna bring back movies since they used to work there.
You know, they had movies pop ups around the country. There was one. There was even one here in Chicago.
Oh no! Did you go?
No, I didn't.
I bought the.
I don't do a lot of things.
I bought the limited edition Clerks 2 box set when it came out, and it came out in a Movies Happy Meal, and you got a Movies cup and a name tag that came with it.
Nice. Then you wear it and you start debating about Star Wars and the Lord of the Rings.
I do that anyway. But no, Tusk is a totally fucked up movie. It reminded me a lot of Human Centipede. Because that ended up, had a fucked up ending too. Or like a Saw movie.
I didn't watch. That was one of the things why I didn't watch Tusk, because I was like, I already know what the fuck's gonna happen. You know, it's like I don't want to see this shit of some guy getting fucking fucked up or whatever. And then Human Centipede was the same shit. It's like I don't want to see a movie where these people just get fucking fucked up and
mutilated.
And
see, I thought Tusk was like a supernatural movie where he slowly starts growing tusk and slowly becomes a real walrus. That's what I thought it was going to be, just from looking at the pictures on IMDb. And then to watch what actually happened just fucked my head so much. And like I said, I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I watched it again for some reason. So I watched it twice, like in the same week.
I can't do that.
Oh my God.
I can't do it. That movie is a one and done for me. I can't go back to that. You know what? I like the movie buried with Ryan Reynolds. It was great. It
Yep.
was really good. You know, it was a fucking fucked up ending, but it was good. Granted,
Yep.
I did get to go see that movie for free. It was a pre-screening and whatever stuff like that. But regardless, it was good. I think Ryan Reynolds was there too. Ryan Reynolds was there
Oh
too.
shit.
So there was a Q&A with Ryan Reynolds. Forgot about that part. So, but I won't see that movie again.
No. I was a one and done movie. Um, but I don't know what it was about it that it just stuck in my head, and I read like all the information, like um that they put on IMDb, and that
Hmm.
made me want to watch it again because you you get more the second time. Like when he first cuts off his leg and he's sitting there polishing a tusk, that was actually his leg bone that he
Yeah.
had whittled into a tusk. So like little things like that I didn't catch the first time around, and like when Johnny Depp talks, he has that French accent, so I turned on subtitles so that I could actually understand what he was saying, and I got a lot more information that time.
See, here's the cool thing too. I forgot about that. You reminded me because I knew there was something while we were talking about Jane's side about reboot. I was like, there's something, and I thought it was in that movie, but there's something that some characters were there and they were part of some other movie, and it's that one, Tusk, because that character of Johnny Depp and those two girls that he meets at the
Mhm.
market or whatever, like those characters are main characters in another movie which
Yoga Hosers.
was there you go, yoga hosers. You see, and I didn't know that. So when I watched Tusk, I was like, "Oh shit, it's them right here." I guess this is their introduction, and it's like
Yep.
it's like seeing because yoga hosers. I saw that movie, and
I
it
haven't seen
was
that one yet.
yeah, it's
But
cool, it's decent, it's funny, and the Johnny Depp character cracked me up, especially because that mole. Because when you watch yoga hosers, you're gonna notice that his mole keeps moving. They keep fucking with you. So every time they go on him, the mole is in another fucking place. So they keep fucking with you. And it's also something with Tusk, like the dialogue is great, but there was so much dialogue at some point. It was like
yeah,
just move along, damn it. Like the conversation where he talks about his meeting with that dude was just forever. And I get it, but also like, let's move it along. But that's
also
my
my only beef with that movie was the flashbacks, like with the girlfriend and all that conversation that they had. It was like you could have cut that out and the movie still would have been great.
mm-hmm.
And that was something that Bruce um fuck, I can't think it. Bruce Willis. That was something that he complained about Kevin Smith having too much dialogue and useless scenes in movies when they did Cop Out,
He really didn't like working with Bruce Willis, man.
which sucks because Bruce Willis is great.
Cop
So you
Out
can watch
was
Yoga Hauser on Crackle. I'm gonna get that.
there you go. Cop Out wasn't bad. It was funny,
I liked it. I especially like Tracy Morgan and the guy from the American Pie movies.
right? We don't
They're
remember that guy's name. It's I believe it's Sean William Scott,
yeah, there it is.
but we always just call him fucking Stifler,
Yep.
and he knows that.
I always think of him from Bulletproof Monk because I like him in that movie.
He was in Bulletproof Monk. I feel bad for him because, like I said, he was in he was added to Lethal Weapon, and then Damon Wayans made that fucking shit get canceled.
Yeah, because he's a prick.
I feel so bad, and it was, and he was doing well. Like I liked the character. I welcomed the character, and I was ready for more. And then they just stopped because this one dude decided not to do it anymore. Pisses me off.
It's their loss.
All well, Lethal
People,
Weapon. Go ahead.
people keep bringing up Red State, which is another Kevin Smith horror movie, and I don't remember much of it. I remember it was fucked up, but it just had a shitty ending. And then I read that he had this huge ending in mind that he would have had all these angels flying around and stuff like that. And he didn't have it in the budget, so instead he just had a scene with John Goodman talking. It was like a really dumb ending.
If he had the angels flying around, then that would have made it more mystical. When the ending of Rest Day was just that these people sounded a big ass horn, and that's what made those people think like the rapture was happening.
Well, his original intention was the rapture did happen,
Oh.
but they couldn't afford to shoot the ending that he wanted, so they just made it just like, oh yeah, there was just some kids playing with a horn. I was like, okay, that's stupid.
The rapture happened, and then it cuts to this is the end.
Great movie.
That was a fucking crazy movie, man. That one was fun. I haven't seen that in forever.
I thought I went to the theater. I saw that in the theater on accident
An
because
accident? How do you saw that an accident?
that movie came out the same time The World's End came out with the guys that did Shaun of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I was going to go see that because I'm a huge Shaun of the Dead fan, and then I ended up seeing This Is the End. I was like, oh, this isn't the same movie, but this is still good.
So you're just like, wait a minute. Ah, fuck it.
I was like, when are they gonna show up? Oh, this is not the same movie.
Hey, that's not bad though. Not bad. At least you didn't get tricked into seeing Sasha's party or something.
No, I
Which,
heard that was awful.
yeah, I liked it until the end. That's it. Like the movie was cool, but then the finale was just some big ass fucking orgy, and I was just like, and it killed it. It killed it for me. It was like, this is too much, guys. Like I get the humor. No, it's way too much.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, thank you.
yeah.
I feel like a lot of those movies make me feel dumb. Like they're dumbing down their audience.
Eh, yeah. I guess that one was really super dumbing down the audience. I guess I need to
But
take notes from like back then when you had. It's like when we had like Airplane and Blazing Saddles
oh yeah.
and all these movies that were poking fun and shit like that, and then it went on and on till you got to like the scary movies 1 and 2, and then after that it just these parody movies just I don't know what happened. It just fell off. They were trying too hard, you
Yeah,
know?
trying way too hard.
They were trying way too hard. I think maybe the last freaking good parody movie was that Not Another Teen Movie was pretty good.
I have that on DVD, I think.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
And I remember I called it back then. I was like, this guy's gonna go far.
Yep.
And he became Captain America in your
Hell yeah.
faces. Who
He
called
used
it?
the
I
American
did.
Torch first.
Yup. Oh my god. Sorry. I was on Twitter and I just saw like a fucking kid get killed and someone else get killed. It's a movie called Beware Children at Play 1989, and there's just kids being murdered.
Isn't that why we watch horror movies?
Yes.
See a bunch of teenagers get murdered.
But this is not even teenagers. These are kids. I believe the story is that these kids are actually evil as fuck, so that's why the whole town is just fucking killing them. But this is like
Oh shit.
graphic. This is graphic as fuck. Holy shit. Sometimes I can't do like super graphic. There's this movie with they're gonna blow this kid's head off. There's this movie with I forgot what his name is, but it's called something a house they built or something a house built or some shit like that. Maybe Danny knows what I'm talking about. But this one is like really fucked up because this guy is just a serial killer and he's killing a lot of people. But at one point, he befriends a woman, her kids, takes them out to hunt, and then it's just a scene of him like hunting them down, and he's like shooting these kids, and it's
Oh my god.
graphic as hell. And then has the mother hold the dead kids in her, or the dead kid, no, both kids in her arms, and then has her do something. It's really fucked up. And I was just like, I can't watch this movie.
That's how I felt with I Spit on Your Grave.
I heard that was good.
Oh my god. Like I was you just felt bad for the girl. You're like it was a smut film or something. It was
But
just like
it's a revenge movie, no?
she gets a revenge, but the shit they did to her was awful. And they were like having fun with it. And then how awful and gory her revenge stunts were. It was like, Jesus Christ. Like, I understand where she's coming from. What they did to her was totally wrong. But I mean, it was like, fuck. Like, it felt like the cops were going to storm in and kick the door down for watching the movie for some reason. Like, watching it was a bad thing. Like, it was illegal or something. It was that fucked up.
Ah, but it was good.
I wouldn't watch it again.
So you wouldn't watch I Spit on Your Grave too? I know there was a sequel.
There's like 3 or 4 of them.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. I was intrigued about that movie. I always heard stuff about it, and you know, I guess I like when things are like way too crazy, but yeah, I guess you're right, especially if it's like if it's like done to somebody. I don't know. I guess there's a limit. Should
Yeah.
movies limit themselves when it comes to the violence they show?
The worst one that I've ever seen that I will never watch again is Hostel. That movie
Oh,
was so fucked up. And they were just doing fucked up shit to these kids because they could. That was like the whole premise of the movie. It wasn't like, Tusk or something that had an ultimate goal. It was all they were there to do was just fucking fuck with these kids and slowly murder them.
so some real serial killer shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Some real life shit.
It was so bad. I was watching it with my friend and his wife left the room. She was like, I can't watch this anymore. And I had such bad sympathy pain from watching that movie for like 2 weeks. I had like this sympathy pain like in my Achilles tendon, in my chest, just like stuff where they had done stuff to these other kids. I was like, I can't
Shit.
watch. And then they made like 3 of those movies.
They did. People like it.
But I can totally watch Saw though, because Saw has like a message like about not taking your life for granted and stuff like that. Those movies don't bother me as much, but Hostel and I Spit on Your Grave, those were awful.
Yeah, Saw's like smart.
Yeah, it's very
That's what I
smart.
want to say. That's smart. You know, I want to see these Halloween ones, the new ones. I know it's nothing like crazy, like in the sense of what we're talking about, but I heard they're stupid fun.
I've seen the first one and it's good, and it's very dark. It's like the original Halloween on an energy drink.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm still so. I mean, there's nothing that says that I can't continue watching like fucking horror films, but it's just something special about that month, of doing it.
It's my favorite month to watch horror movies.
Yeah, it's in the air.
Not that I don't watch horror movies 365, because I do, but Halloween or September and Halloween, or September and October, the spooky season is like, that's like the gauntlet to run
The
and
gauntlet.
to watch horror movies.
The marathon to go with it.
And Sci-Fi Channel did so good this October with playing like Nightmare on Elm Street. They played Friday the 13th, all the Chucky movies, all the Saw movies. So I always had my fill this month or last month.
You just have it on 24/7. That's good. I watched some good stuff, man. I got introduced to some new shit, and then of course I end my shit with Ernest Scare Stupid, because that's just a fucking classic. I just can't stop, and I'm excited for for the holiday season because that's when I watch Ernest Saves Christmas, and that's another fucking primetime
My
classic.
my favorite Christmas movie is Bad Santa 1 and 2.
That's right. There were two of those. I love Scrooged and Jingle All the Way.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I would have said the Santa Claus. Those are good movies.
Those are good, and I probably watched them this because it's been years since I watched them, and I kind of feel like watching the Santa Claus trilogy. Get back.
Those
That's
are
the
good
joy.
movies.
I'm telling you, like I'm in this like I haven't seen a movie for a long time. I want to watch it again and just see it through these new eyes. You know.
Remember, it was so much simpler to watch movies when we just had Netflix and Hulu. Now you've got like 40 different streaming apps, and I can't keep up with them all.
That's when I need to find something, I just type it in. Like Ninja Turtles. I wasn't sure if I had it digitally. I didn't. And then I was like, okay, but I could have sworn I downloaded it ages ago. Which, by the way, that's illegal. Don't do it. So I could have sworn I did a long, long time ago. And I looked through my computer, my files, and I didn't find it. I was like, well, fuck. Then I
I have
guess
all
I
4 of the first ones.
right.
The
I
the
thought I
three the 3 live action, and then the animated one.
yeah, the CGI one.
TMNT.
Yeah, exactly. So when I see the bundle for it, like that's all there, TMNT as
Yeah.
well. Uh I didn't have it. I don't know why. I guess I deleted it or something like that. I don't know. So I just Google it. The cool thing
Yep.
about Google right now is that when you Google something, it'll let you know where it's at, where it's playing.
Exactly.
So it
Or
told
if
me
it's not.
HBO Max. What you said?
I said, or if it's not streaming, it'll just be blank.
Yeah. And it told me it was on HBO Max. So I was like, cool. And that's where I started watching it from.
Darius Stone, we're talking about the Ninja Turtle movies right now.
Yeah. I was talking about how I wanted to see it, and the cool thing right now is that you could just search for it, and they'll tell you where to see what you want to see. So most movies, I'll be like, all right, I want to see this. Where can I see it at? And then they'll let me know, and it's like, it's it's either like part of this, subscribe, or you got to rent it here, blah blah, whatever.
Yep.
And there, like you said, now it's just all these different platforms
Mm-hmm.
that you could see something. If it's not here, it's over there. If it's not there, it's over here. If it's not anywhere, then it's not anywhere. Like right now, when I looked up Dogma, that shit's nowhere.
Can't watch. You gotta download it.
Yep, you gotta fucking know someone that knows someone to get the fucking movie. So I'm gonna try to make a mission, see if I could go to that. I should have just got it that day. See if I could go to that freaking DVD place, that store where I got those old movies. Remember the ones I showed you, like Pump Up the Volume and Three Amigos and all that
Yes.
shit. I'm pretty sure I could find Dogma over there. I'm gonna find Dogma and I'm gonna get me at least a DVD copy of it because that movie is fucking great and it was always great and I always loved it and I can't fucking see it and it's been forever since I saw it.
You gotta bootleg that shit.
Gotta. Just like I'm happy I found Pump Up the Volume because that one is not fucking available anywhere either.
No.
And why
That's
not?
such a great movie.
It is. I find it one of fucking Christian Slater's best.
Oh, for sure. That and True Romance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think True Romance is another movie you can't find anywhere.
You kidding me? No. Bullshit. If I Google True Romance, it's gotta be available somewhere. Yeah, HBO Max.
Is it? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think last time I looked it up, it wasn't there.
No, fuck that. That movie better be somewhere. That's more.
I have it on DVD, so I don't have to worry about it.
Exactly. That movie's more like known than the other shit. That one's something else I watch again.
That's Tarantino's first movie that he wrote.
Mm-hmm. That got him the ducats to make the rest.
That and Natural Born Killers.
That one was crazy. That I remember was
love
crazy.
that movie.
That I remember was crazy as shit. But you know what else is crazy as shit? I know we've been ranting like crazy and shit like that. But what's crazy as shit is all this fucking announcements made on the Disney Plus day.
So what came out?
All right, so Disney Plus Day was like last Friday or something like that. It's the 1 year anniversary of Disney Plus, and they just went ham and announced a lot of stuff. Now, the only thing I cared about was announcements that's in the Marvel fucking
Mm-hmm.
category, and they announced She-Hulk.
Yes.
They announced Moon Knight. They announced Secret Invasion with a shot of the hell's his name, man?
You
Nick
can't think
Fury.
it. There you go.
Nick Fury. I mean, Moon. They show stuff for Moon Knight. They show stuff for She Hulk as well. Uh, and then there's other stuff. Miss Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
Ironheart, Marvel Zombies, which
Yes.
I'm guessing that's gonna be animated as well, just like the What If
Yeah.
episode. And Hawkeye that starts this month, actually, November 24th.
Yeah, I'm
That
gonna watch
looks
that.
that looks really good. I'm excited for that one. And other future projects, and then a big announcement that just since they announced it, everybody's just been adding My Way and Me that they're gonna continue the X-Men 97 cartoon, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And everybody's like, oh shit, they better get this guy. Oh shit, there's gonna be more dubs. And I'm all like, that's great, man. I'm happy it's coming back. But y'all putting a lot of pressure now, thinking that I'm gonna go and dub it and stuff like that. But it's just funny how that just gets announced and it's like directly towards like it's just it's like that and it's synonymous with fucking My Way Entertainment.
Yeah, like the My Way tweets have been ridiculous lately for um to do dubs again.
Right? They're like, oh, there's gonna be more Juggernaut dubs if the Juggernaut shows up and stuff like that. Little do people know that there was a J4 plan, but it just never happened.
Well, maybe now it can.
Yeah, it won't be with that footage because I already look when I did when I had it open ended for J4, I just ended it. I didn't have any plans or anything like that. I was just like I left it, I ended it, but I left it open for the possibility to go back at it.
Yes.
So then years and years happened and whatever, and I had something, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be special. And I was working with some stuff. I did some voices, but then something happened, and that all went away. So it didn't get worked on. It didn't get continued, but the the planning was still there, and it's still kind of there. So it's still a possibility. So like I told people, like never say never. Now
Right.
when people say like, "Hey, I hope you guys come back in the dub and what blah blah," it's like, look, I have no plans for it because I don't focus on that anymore. But never say never is what I say
Yep.
because I don't want to say never.
Good good
So
conclusion.
yeah, so I always just say never. But I am excited for a continuation of the series. Interested how it's gonna be. People are worried that Disney is gonna do their thing because Disney is all about representation.
Yep.
So people just I notice with conversations with others and like um personally and online that people are getting kind of tired of this kind of pandering that Hollywood is doing
Like what?
in their films where they just have to have like some kind of representation. This person is this race and this person is of this sexuality and blah blah. Like taking not creating new ones, but taking these characters that are already like staples and then changing just to benefit and represent more people.
Yeah, I think they kind of touched that on Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Yeah. So there's people out there that is like tired of that kind of pandering. And then there's just some people who just like go a little bit too deep. I saw Eternals. I liked it. I really liked Eternals. I thought it was well made, well paced, and these characters I didn't know anything about, didn't care anything about before the movie, and then I started liking them and caring about them, right? Uh but apparently like especially throughout the world, there's some countries that this is not shown because of some representation that it has.
Mm-hmm.
And people complaining about, I guess, the diversity or the think also the LGBTQ community and stuff like that. And I'm just like, what? Like, I think it's just because these characters are unknown and not staples or anything like that. That's why people are bitching. Or I don't think it was boring. I think it was action packed. I think the story was interesting. Sure, the one deviant seemed like it was not really important towards the end, but that wasn't the main focus. Everything else was the focus. But people feel like there's some kind of pandering, like, oh, this person
Yeah.
like that. It's like it's not even the. You know what was pandering? Captain Marvel was pandering.
Yeah.
And that's something my girl caught like from the beginning. Oh, this is too much like girl power, too much feminist, too much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's weak and I can do blah blah. And I was just like, but it's Captain Marvel, blah blah. So at first I didn't get it because I was so like just excited about Captain Marvel. I liked Captain Marvel and I wanted it to be the Captain Marvel like I read in the comics. I wanted her to be quirky and this and that and powerful, and you don't get that until the end. But when you watch it again and and I just hear her commentary, I see it, like I saw it before, but I didn't let it get to me, but I see it. That movie, yes, pure pandering in the beginning about just like women are strong and tough and overcoming man and whatnot. And this is the same thing that happened in the first season of fucking Supergirl, the first season of freaking Batwoman. It was just like
Mm-hmm.
so in your face about it. And you don't need it to be in your face about it. I grew up on a show called Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and that wasn't in my face about how powerful women are,
No.
you know? I also had freaking Firefly, and that didn't fucking go in my. And I'm mentioning Josh Whedon kind of fucking shows, but he's somebody who make strong woman characters. We grew up on like fucking what Terminator. We didn't
Yes.
have freaking Sarah Connor just fucking slammed in our face about how strong women are.
No.
No, it's
She's
just
amazing.
yeah, it's just characters. They're just characters that show through themselves how strong they are. They're just characters, no matter what kind of sex. It's just characters. You don't
Especially the last Terminator where they brought back Sarah Connor. That was all in your face. Like
that
all the characters and all the Terminators were women. It was like, okay, I get it. And as a woman, it was like you're totally pandering,
yeah, that
and it's
one that
pissing me
one
off.
that one did do it. It's like they never said that you know the the future was a man. I'm like, all right,
Calm down.
calm down. But it was still good. It was still a better fucking sequel than the rest.
I
But
like the other sequel, like Genesis and Salvation. I like those movies. I don't know why
Salvation was really good.
people get so butthurt about them. I love especially Salvation.
Salvation was really good. Yeah, Salvation was dope. But then while everybody's talking about this pandering and shit, I'm the kind of guy over here that's like, I guess I'm at a point where and this has just been throughout all my life, but I'm getting tired. It's a Disney thing, but I'm getting tired of Disney. Like, it's constantly just Disney princesses, you
Yes.
know? Like, I get it, but I understand because if I say anything, it's like, well, give me some like male characters, whatever. Then people be like, but you guys had it all your life. That's not the point. It's just it feels like it's just the balance is not even right anymore. Like it's just like all like female, 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 female. And I have nothing against that, but I just feel like it's a little bit too much. And you know what? What else I hate is that every Latino representation is everybody else except my own culture.
Oh wow.
You know, I see
Hmm.
nothing, and I talk to this with other freaking Puerto Ricans as well. I see nothing but a lot of Mexican representation. You know, they got like the Book of Life, they got Coco, they got this new show on Netflix. Uh you got In the Heights representing Dominican Republics, even though it was made by
Yep.
the Puerto Rican. You got the new Disney movie Encanto that's on Colombia, and that was fucking backed up by a Puerto Rican as well. You got Spider-Verse with Miles Morales, but that we had to share
Mhm.
that with the African American community.
Yep.
You got now I just found out that America Chavez, who the character is not technically Puerto Rican, but when she comes to our universe, she's raised by a Puerto Rican family, but we got her played by a Mexican American. And I shouldn't be tripping, you know? I just it's this urge of I want my people to be represented. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I feel that too. Like
Yeah.
I'm tired of the Irish can only be either drunks or they're in some kind of mob.
Right. We just want some kind of form of representation. And I'm not even mad at someone like Robert Rodriguez because all his stuff is of course Mexican American, but that's who he is. You know,
Yeah.
he's representing who he is. But also, this man, when he represents his culture or his people, he's not technically representing his culture, his people. He's just representing people.
Yep.
You know, Spy Kids was a Latino family that were Mexican American. Well, not really, but they were like Latino family, mostly Spaniards since Antonio Banderas. I don't think it really technically specified that they were Mexican American, but you didn't get that from the movie. You just got a family,
Mhm.
you know? I guess that's my beef. I just want some kind of representation. I just want something to be like, yes, that's of my culture, that's my people, that's like I know we have stories and sadly I don't know these stories, but I know my culture has some kind of stories that can be fucking told and be represented and get my people some working jobs here.
Yes. I totally agree.
But there's a
I
lot of Mexican American representation going on, and a lot of them are getting jobs. And you know what? It's great for them, and I'm happy and I'm glad. Like that culture is fucking beautiful. Like I love like shit like Day of the Dead and whatnot. But I
Mhm.
just, it's just this urge. I just want my people to be represented, and my people to be out there, and I feel no one's doing it, and I don't know.
That's how I felt with music for a long time. I felt like the shit that I wanted to hear wasn't being represented, so that was the kind of music that I wrote for.
Hmm.
And stuff like that, if it's something that you want, I think you should try to shoot for that yourself and maybe make something like that that's inclusive of your culture. Make
Yeah,
something original.
yeah. That's what it all comes down to. Is up to us.
Yeah.
It's up to us to do it. And it was funny because I I kn- I knew a guy. I mean, he hasn't hit me up in like forever, but this guy was like very about the culture and whatnot, stuff like that. And he wanted to do stuff. Back then, I didn't care. Back then, I was like,
Mhm.
"Ugh, come on, dude, man, like quit it." you know, in my head, I was like, quit it. You know, you just want to do, you just want to film stuff in Puerto Rico. You just want to represent culture. You want to do this and that. I was all like, I just want to make some cool ass shit. You know, I don't want to really care about representation. But that was younger me.
Yeah.
Like the me now starts to notice like I'm not seeing enough representation, you know? Like I need some kind of representation. So yeah, I would like to make a fucking zombie movie in Puerto Rico,
There you go.
you know?
I see that too with like Native Americans not being represented. And then when
Not
they are, they're either like some hokey Indian chief or something like that. And, now we have shows like Reservoir,
reservation dogs.
Reservation Dogs. Yeah. Where they're kind of, showing like, this is our community. This is our sense of humor. This is how we joke around and have fun. This is how we
Yeah.
deal with stuff. And so that's really cool to kind of get glimpses of their world because you do have so many, you know, nationality and races that are like they're either not being represented or other ones are just being slapped in your face. And I think a lot of that has to do with this cancel culture with people just demanding shit. Well, if you demand shit and it gets put in, it's not going to be 100%. It's like people forcing Venom and Spider-Man 3. It just didn't work.
I was just about to go to that. Yep. It's the perfect example because that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. And I'm glad like a show like that is being made. Yeah. And there's one I was thinking about how like any movie or show made in Chicago is always a representation of the bad of Chicago, you know, the south
Yeah.
side of Chicago, the African Americans of Chicago, but never of like the good shit of Chicago, and then especially Latino. And then I thought about there's one movie, and this movie was filmed here in the neighborhood I grew up in Humboldt Park, and it represented us very well. It's called Nothing Like the Holidays, and
Mhm.
it's basically about our time during the holidays, of course, like our celebration and whatnot, but
Right.
also dealing with like gentrification and gangs and you know, and people who serving in the war and they coming back, so the veterans and stuff like that. It's really good. And when I watched this movie, I was like, "Yo, this is it. This is my neighborhood right here. This is
Mhm.
exactly what they do during the holidays. This is exactly the kind of people that live here. This is exactly how we are and everything like that." And I was happy about that movie. This movie that I bet you never heard of.
No, never heard of it.
See, it's a movie that it's doesn't like it's not known or exists. It shouldn't just be known by someone like me who actually lived there. It should be known by everybody. It should be it should be one of the holiday things because it's not just about Latinos. It's about just family and the holidays that
Right.
happen to be set around a Latino family in the Humboldt Park neighborhood of Chicago. That's it.
Wow.
The same thing happened with like remember, you know, Soul Food though,
Yeah.
right? You know, and that was also filmed. That was also made by people in Chicago who actually went to the school I went to, filmed here in Chicago, representing the African American community during the holidays, during Thanksgiving and shit.
Yeah.
You see, but that gets a lot of attention. But no, make the one about the Latino family and fucking Homo Park, and nobody knows about it.
That's fucked up.
Yep, that's how it is.
But what can you do about it?
Fucking use up all my savings and make my own short film and hope that it gets a lot of attention and representation. Just
Exactly.
pandering the flag everywhere and shit. Just Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. But that's not what I want to do, you know? I don't want to make something that'll like, you know, be my culture, but it's also got to be like representing everyone. I
So
guess
that's
that's the
what's.
point of In the Heights. Like it represented everyone.
Mhm.
It just pissed me off. Like it was like the creator is Puerto Rican. You made the main character be a Dominican Republic. And then when the movie came out, people from Washington Heights were all like, "This doesn't represent us. They're not dark."
No.
And I'm like, "Oh, come on, you motherfuckers." It's whatever.
That's what's fun about writing my own books because I get to put in representation for Americans and have that kind of culture that you don't see in movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So, I mean, definitely, especially my first book, my second book's going to have a lot more kind of Irish backgrounds to it. But yeah, I mean, if you want something done, I think you just got to do it yourself.
We are all the voices of our own culture and stuff like that. And I think that's why when I decided to put ourselves out there, when My Way began, I think that's why it was important or like impactful because there was these people from everywhere. This was the moment that we were all really like the world was connecting. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And there was people who saw me and the guys and they were like, "Yo, they're just like me." You know? I didn't reach out it. I didn't just aim for one specific. It wasn't just like just the Latino community or just the African American community. Hell, for the most part, people thought we were all black guys. You know, just from the voices alone.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't that. It was just a group of friends from the urban community and everybody else who was from an urban community or even not just was like, "Yo, I can relate to these guys. I see myself in these guys. These guys are me and my friends."
Right.
And they started seeing the representation. And I guess that was like a catalyst for other people to just show themselves. And that's what it is now. Like the internet, everywhere you see Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, especially, it's just people expressing themselves and showing themselves and their culture and representation, which is also fucking dangerous because you got these people who are just showing the wrong things and representing the wrong
Yep,
things.
exactly. I felt bad for that lady, the lady that filmed the Victoria's Secret Karen.
Mm-hmm.
All of her posts on YouTube before that was her representing her African culture and history. Like she would make African foods and she did a gardening with like plants that came from Africa and stuff like that. And it all got ruined by posting that video of that Karen from Victoria's Secret, which is a bad representation of Caucasian people.
But it's like, to be honest, when we see that, at least me, and I'm speaking for everybody else. So I don't know if they, I'm speaking for them, but I don't know if that's how they see it, how I see it. But when we see someone like that going crazy and they're white, we don't necessarily see it as fucking crazy as white people. We do, but we don't take it as a representation for the whole fucking, you know, race or community at all.
See, I don't
It's,
think white or being Caucasian is a race. That's just a skin tone.
yeah,
And
so we
so
don't.
all the people of said, skin tone get lumped together. So, like when I apply for a job and it shows races, I usually put 2 or more. And if they ask me what I put, I'm Irish and Scottish.
I'm none of your
That's
business. That's what you
that's
gotta
like
put.
a race or an actual nationality because
Yeah,
being white is not a race. White is not a nationality. It's the skin color. People from Israel look white. They're not. They're Israeli.
people from PR and Mexico also look white. I saw a Mexican
Yeah.
boxer. He looked white. He looked Irish.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Like, there's people in Mexico that have red hair, like that's Louis C.K. He's Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
He's half Mexican, and all of his traits that he got that he looks like was from his Mexican half. They had white skin and red hair, so it's not like I said, it's not a race or a nationality. And I get so mad when you see people like the KKK or Peckerwoods in jail or white supremacist stuff like that because it's very ignorant because again, white is not a race.
Yeah, but that's why I say, like, when I see it, I don't see them representing everyone.
Right.
I just see them representing them dumb fucks. you know,
That bitch. Yeah.
like when you say KKK in them, it's just like it's just them because I don't think I don't see all white people are fucking like racist and whatnot. Because here, there's a lot of white people and they're not like fucking crazy racist. They're very welcoming and whatnot, especially in the community like by where I grew up and whatnot. Will I joke and say they're racist? Yes. This is one coworker that this kid he looks like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory,
Oh wow.
but he's real cool, really funny dude, especially when you get him to talk. Real shy, but he's always like to himself, kind of. So we always
Mm-hmm.
joke like, "Oh, he don't like to hang with us because we're all the Latinos and he's racist." He's like, "Shut up, man," So we joke with him, but yeah, when we see something, like, it's also like when I see freaking, and I hope this is what people see too. Like when I see my own people doing dumb shit, it's like they're giving us a bad representation. But it's those fucking, I know those kind of people, and they're fucking assholes, and I hate them. It's
Yeah.
the same thing when you see any of the fucking black community doing stupid shit. It's like, look, I don't hate the black community. I hate those people right there because they're making
Yeah.
everybody else look like it's the ignorance in our own races how you say it, ethnic, whatever. That is
Ethnically.
that is fucking us up, and you just fucking hate it, and like,
I can't stand any kind of stereotypes. Like, and I'm guilty of being part of them. Like, I'm driving a Mercedes Benz, drinking, driving around with a Starbucks cup.
of course.
So, yeah, of course. And then there's like say for example, like a friend of mine was telling me they had a bitchy customer where they work, and the first thing that popped in my mind is, were they white? Because of that air of entitlement that so many Caucasian people have.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of stereotypes that we put people into. Like my roommate, he's a cowboy boot construction working Mexican that gets off work and drinks Mexican beer and like watches soccer and all that kind of stuff. People either abide by stereotypes like that or they fight against them.
He's on that cowboy shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I need a cowboy hat.
There you go.
I
Your
ain't a
big ass
cowboy,
head.
but I like to think I am.
You look like Chuck Norris with a cowboy hat.
Ooh, Puerto Rican Chuck Norris. I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. Now you're really making me want to get cut up and work on my fucking roundhouse kicks.
Yes.
I gotta work on my roundhouse kicks. Make sure I kick them into a wall of boxes like Conan. Remember?
Yes.
I always get kicked into a wall of boxes. That's funny as hell, man.
Well, tell people
That's
where they
funny.
can find us.
I tell you where you can find me. You can find me in the fucking hood. I'll beat your ass. No, you can find us on machineroompodcast.com. And there you can, that is the one source to
One-stop shop.
everything. Yep, the one-stop shop to everything Machine Room. There's all the links. We are on every freaking outlet of podcasts except iHeartRadio because they're bitches.
Well, actually, what I come to find out is pretty funny is we host our podcast off of Spreaker, and that's how it goes to all the other companies that host our podcast. Well, Spreaker got bought out by iHeartRadio. So technically we kind of are on iHeartRadio. But still fuck them.
So we've been talking shit about these people and we're under their banner.
Yes.
Beautiful. Hey, iHeartRadio.
Now it's like Spreaker by iHeartRadio or something like that.
Well, endorse us, iHeartRadio.
Yes.
And we won't talk shit about you anymore.
Yeah, we'll stop right away because I'm a big sellout.
Right away. Just give us iHeartRadio hoodies and we're worried the whole time and we'll be good.
I'd be the biggest sellout. I'm not even kidding.
Right away.
Count my money quick. On camera.
We'll be like that the superhero in the Mystery Men.
Oh yeah.
He had all that endorsement on him.
Endorsement patches, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Exactly.
We're ready. I'm ready for endorsements. Come on. Selling out like crazy. Except I won't join the Freemasons and Illuminati.
Oh no, they're crazy.
That's the one thing I won't do. I went into this rabbit hole where I watched this video and it's like 5 hours long and I'm like
Jesus.
Maybe an hour in and it's just this guy who won like some competition from like one of the singing shows, not here in America, but somewhere else. I think X Factor or some shit. And apparently he was in it and he's like exposing it and it's just like long as shit. And I'm just like, this world is fucked up if it's all true. But he's showing a lot of evidence and there's just all these celebrities and I'm like, oh, not this one. Oh, not this one too. Oh, God damn it.
Aw.
It's
a bigger disappointment than seeing Craig Robinson selling Pizza Hut pizza. I was like, you fucking sellout.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you sell out for just money, but as long as you don't sell out your soul to the devil, you're good.
There you go.
But all these companies are owned by the devil. Anyways, you know what's not owned by the devil? Machine Room Podcast. Thank you guys for coming through, chilling with us. I'm Hammer Venus and she's Nostradamus.
No.
But in the parallel universe,
we got switched.
We flip a face off. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging with us. We will see you next time. Adios. Good day. Good night. We need some kind of like send off kind of slogan. I have none. This is the Machine Room Podcast. You don't gotta stay here, or you don't gotta go home, but you can't. You know what? We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
We'll workshop it.
We'll do something. Yeah, we'll do something. We're like over 70 episodes in, but we're still working on it.
Don't eat green bread. That's my
Don't.
say now.
There you go. And do eat green eggs and ham.
Yes.
Machine Room Podcast has been filmed in front of no live audience, just live chat room. Thank you, everybody. Catch you on the flip side.